Hi, I'm Nishad and welcome to this new video tutorial of Magento 2. In today's video tutorial, we'll be checking out our new plugin, that's the Magento 2 Shopware connector that connects your Shopware store with the Magento 2 store. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to import products and orders from the Shopware store into the Magento 2 store. Apart from that, you'll also be able to map the categories that are there within the Magento 2 web store with the Shopware web store categories there. Apart from that, you can also check the logs there for the imported orders and the products and any other errors that have happened in the admin backend panel there. So in today's video tutorial, we'll be checking out the workflow of this particular plugin in the admin's end, and we'll be, first of all, what we'll be doing is we'll be checking how to get the access ID and the secret key, and then we'll be seeing how the admin would be able to add a Shopware store in the Magento 2 backend panel there in the configuration settings itself. But before I proceed further with this particular video tutorial today, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. So let's hop on to the Shopware end first, and let's see how we can get the access key and the secret key that are required for configuring the Shopware account system in the admin backend panel there, and then we'll be seeing how we can add a Shopware account within the Magento 2 web store there itself. So what we'll be doing is we'll be checking how to get the API access key and the secret key from the Shopware backend panel there. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be logging into the admin backend panel of Shopware by entering the username, password and tapping on the login button thereafter. After we have successfully logged into the admin backend panel of Shopware, we'll be navigating to settings. Under settings, we'll be going to system. Under system, we'll be going to integrations. And here we'll find the particular administrator of the website there, and we'll be editing it up. And here you'll find the access key ID. And to generate the new API key, you have to tap here on the create new API key. And this will generate the secret access key. So here you have the access key ID and the secret access key. So these are to be used while we are configuring the Shopware account in the Magento 2 admin backend panel there. So you have to copy these up and you have to paste them up in the backend panel of the Magento 2 there. So this was how to get the access key and the secret key from the Shopware end. Now let's hop on to the backend, but before that, let me show you this is the Shopware front end, and here this is the Shopware clothing category, and here you can see that here we have main product with properties for $19.99 and main product with free shipping with highlighting, that's for $20. The same products have been imported into the Magento 2 store front end right now, as you can see, and here I'm having the main product free shipping with highlighting for $20 and main product with properties as low as $19.99, having different variations. Kindly note that this particular plugin, that's the Magento 2 Shopware connector, can be used to import the products that are simple and configurable there. So simple and configurable products can be imported there from the Shopware account into your Magento 2 web store very easily. Now let's see how the admin would be able to initially configure the store there, or the Shopware store in the Magento 2 backend panel there. So for that, let me take you to the admin backend panel of the Magento 2 web store, and let's log into the Magento 2 web store by entering the username, password and tapping on the sign in button thereafter. So after we have successfully logged into the Magento 2 backend panel there, we'll find one option on the side panel there on the left hand side. So this is just taking a while there. So here on the left hand side panel, you'll find one option after the successful installation of the Magento 2 Shopware connector. You'll find one Shopware Magento Connect option, under which you'll find the Manage Shopware Stores option. So we'll go to Manage Shopware Stores option. And here you'll find the complete list of Shopware stores that you have already added within the Magento 2 web store. To add a new Shopware store, what you need to do is you need to tap here on the Add Shopware Store button, and that will bring up the particular section wherein we'll be able to add our new store. So here you can add a new Shopware store as per your own requirement, and to add a new Shopware store, you have to fill in some Shopware store information that includes the Shopware store name. So you can set the Shopware store name as per your own requirement there. And the API access key and the API secret key that we just saw how to generate them in the Shopware backend panel, those need to be pasted here. Then we have to enter the Shopware store URL here. The Shopware store URL would be this, the store front end URL of the Shopware, that needs to be entered here. Then we have to select the Magento store where exactly we want to have this at, and then we have to select the Magento attribute set for the same. And then what we need to do is we need to tap here on the save Shopware store, and after saving the Shopware store, we'll have some other options being listed here under the Shopware store section, or under the Shopware store information. We'll have different sections to import the products, orders, and to map the categories and to check the logs as well. So I've already added one Shopware store here with the name Webcool, and let me show you that. So for that, I'll just take you back to the list of the Shopware store list here, and here you can see that I've already added the Shopware store with the, and I've mapped it with the Magento store there with the default store view of Magento. Let me edit it up. So after I'm editing it up, you can see that the Shopware store information is here, the name is here, the API access key is here, the API secret key is here, the Shopware store URL, the Magento store to which we have mapped it with, and the attribute set for the same has been selected. Now on the left hand side, under the Shopware store information, after we have filled these information in the prior step, we have to tap on the save Shopware store. After we have saved the Shopware store, we'll get the Shopware general configuration, category mapping, import products from Shopware, import orders from Shopware, and check logs. So let's go through each of these options one by one. So the very first option that we have here is the Shopware general configuration. Now under the Shopware general configuration, we'll be able to set up the default functionality that should be applied if the particular product values have not been set there. So for example, here we have the default category. So here you have to select the Magento 2 default category that would be assigned to the Shopware products if none of the categories have been assigned to a particular product there. Then we have the default quantity. So here you have to enter the default quantity that would be assigned to the products whenever the Shopware product doesn't have a particular quantity there. So if a Shopware product is not having the particular quantity there, then this default quantity would be assigned to that Shopware product itself. Same goes with the default weight. So here you have to set the default weight that would be assigned to the products whenever the Shopware products are not having any weight. And then we have the default order status. So here you have to select the order status that would be assigned to the orders that we have imported from the Shopware store into the Magento 2 web store. So this was the Shopware general configuration. Apart from this general configuration, we also have some initial configuration settings for which we need to navigate through stores and configuration that I'll be showing you in a while from now. So after we are done with the Shopware store information, Shopware general configuration, then we have the category mapping. Now under the category mapping, you will be able to see the complete list of categories that you have already mapped, or the Shopware, the Magento 2 store categories that have been mapped with the Shopware store categories, along with the attribute set IDs that have been assigned to the mapped categories there. To map a particular category of the Magento 2, what you can do is, for example, I want to map Montana category with Shopware's bakery products, and I want to assign this bag attribute set ID to the particular category mapping there. So I can do this, and I can tap here on the map category button. As soon as I tap on the map category button, the categories would be mapped and we'll see a success message thereafter. So this would just take a few seconds there. So you can see that your category has been mapped successfully. Now if I go to the category mapping section once again, initially there was only one category mapping that was there. Now you can see that the bakery products has been mapped with the Montana category ID 42 there in the Magento 2 web store. So this is how you can easily map the Magento 2 store categories with the Shopware store categories there as per the requirement. Then we have the import product from Shopware. Now under this particular section, you'll find the complete list of products that you have imported from the Shopware into your Magento 2 web store, be it a simple product or a configurable product. Both of the product types would be able to be imported from the Shopware store into the Magento 2 web store. Now, how you will be able to import the products? For that, what you need to do is you need to tap here on the import product button, and this would what this would do is that this process would be added to the queue. Once it would be done, the products would be created in Magento. So a cron would have to be run, and whenever the cron runs, at that time the products would be created in the Magento 2 web store. So that's how easy it's easy to import the products from the Shopware into the Magento 2 web store. You just need to tap on the import product button, and whenever the cron runs, at that time the particular products would be created in the Magento 2 store that have been imported from the Shopware to the Magento 2 web store. Apart from that, for the products that you've already imported, you can assign them categories as well. So for example, we have the product with the name one new. I can go with that. I can delete that product as well, or I can assign to a category as well. If I choose to assign to a category, I can select the particular Magento 2 web store category where I want to assign this product to, and I can tap here on the submit button, and the particular product one new would be assigned to that particular Magento 2 category there itself. Now we have import orders from Shopware. So here you'll be able to create the orders in the Magento 2 that have been placed within the Shopware store. So what you need to do is, here you can see that a total of 3 orders have been imported and total 0 remaining to be created in Magento. To import the orders, what you need to do is you need to tap here on the import order button. But before that, let me take you to the Shopware backend there. And let me take you to the particular section here. That's the orders section. So here you'll find we have 3 orders. One is with the customer name Abrakas Abhishek. If I open that up, we have the details of the same, as you can see here on your screens. So here we can see the orders with the order value as $1001.90 US, and it's open right now. Now if I take you back to the particular orders here you can see that we had imported 3 orders. Now the same functionality works for the import orders as well. To import the orders, you need to tap here on the import order button. The process is added to the queue, and once it is done, then the orders would be created in the Magento 2 end there. So whenever the cron runs, the particular orders would be automatically created within the Magento 2 store end that have been imported from the Shopware store there. Right? Now if I try and open this particular order number 68 that's been placed on 25th of July 2022, the same would be visible here as well, 25 July 2022, and here as well I can see Abhishek Abrakas, the name there, and the subtotal, complete subtotal as $1001.90. The same is visible here for the orders in the Shopware end as well. So here you can see that we have 3 customers, and here we have 3 orders that we had imported into the Magento 2 web store from the Shopware web store there. Now let me take you back to the Shopware Magento Connect, Manage Shopware Stores, and under Manage Shopware Stores, let me edit that particular store that we had added, and let's go to the import orders from Shopware section. So that was how we can import the orders from the Shopware into the Magento 2 store. And lastly, we have check logs. So here you can see the log messages along with the entity type as well. For example, here you can see that client authentication failed and the entity type is create token. Product imported in your store from Shopware and the entity type is product. Order is successfully created. The entity type is order. Orders imported in your store from Shopware, the entity type is order. So that's how you can check the logs as well. Apart from that, you can also delete the logs by selecting a particular log and choosing the delete option from the drop down and tapping on the submit button thereafter. So that's how easily you can import the products and orders from the Shopware store into your Magento 2 web store there using the Magento 2 Shopware connector. Apart from that, you'll also be able to easily map the categories of the Magento 2 web store with the Shopware store there. And yes, that was much about the video, and I hope that this particular video helped you out in understanding the workflow there. If you still have any questions, queries, suggestions or requirements regarding this particular plugin, then you can anytime get back to us at support@webcool.com, or you can raise a ticket at webcool.uvidesk.com as well. Apart from that, if you find this particular video helpful, then do give it a thumbs up. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video and have a great day ahead.